It was a crisp autumn night when we first saw them. Those mysterious lights dancing on Brown Mountain. We've heard the tales, of course. Who hasn't in these parts? The Brown Mountain lights, legends whispered about in the glow of campfires and the hush of twilight gatherings. Some say they're the ghosts of Native American maidens searching for lost warriors. Others that they're lanterns from a long-lost battle, flickering through time. But we weren't expecting to see anything, not really. It was supposed to be just another night of beers and bad jokes, huddled in the back of my pickup truck with the guys. Then they appeared. Out of nowhere, pinpricks of light began to twinkle on the ridge, weaving through the trees like lightning bugs caught in a supernatural dance. At first, we thought it was just headlights or, some trick of the eye. But as the lights grew brighter, they moved in ways that defied logic, hovering and darting with a mind of their own. We just sat there, stunned into silence, our breath hanging in the cold night air. "Did you see that?" Jake finally broke the silence, his voice barely a whisper. No one answered. We were all too mesmerized, too entranced by the spectral ballet playing out before us. In that moment, it felt like the mountain was alive, whispering secrets we weren't ready to hear. And that's when we knew this was no ordinary night. This was something entirely off the chains. In the secluded reaches of North Carolina's Blue Ridge Mountains, mysterious lights have been sighted for over a century. Known as the Brown Mountain Lights, these eerie illuminations have captivated people with their peculiar behavior and sporadic appearances. The lights come in various colors: white, red, yellow, orange, and blue, ranging from large balls of fire to small candle lights, both floating near the ground or rising high into the sky. The Brown Mountain Lights gained fame from a 1962 bluegrass song, The Legend of the Brown Mountain Lights, written by Scotty Wiseman. He grew up in western North Carolina, hearing stories from his great-uncle, Fate Wiseman. The song says the Brown Mountain Lights are a ghostly slave carrying a lantern searching for his lost master on Brown Mountain. National Geographic named Brown Mountain one of the 3 best places in the world to experience a natural wonder. Experts like Joshua Warren, a paranormal investigator, and Daniel Caton, a professor of physics and astronomy at Appalachian State University, have studied the lights for years. Despite extensive investigations, the lights remain a mystery. Joshua Warren has visited Brown Mountain since his childhood. On one trip, he saw a ball of light climbing through the trees and ascending into the sky. This experience sparked his obsession with the mysterious lights. There are a shitload of ghost stories about the lights. The most famous is about Belinda, a young woman who disappeared with her baby after being abused by her husband, Jim. When townsfolk searched for her, they found her bloody bonnet, and, as night fell, strange lights led them to a pile of stones where they discovered 2 skulls, an adult and a baby. The lights were believed to be the spirits of Belinda and her baby, leading the folks to their bodies. Another wild tale involves Ralph Lale, who claimed the lights led him to a crystal cave where he met aliens. He said they took him to Venus and gave him a mummified alien as a gift, which disappeared after his death. Hey, at least there's still blurry photos of it, right? The rugged brown mountain, part of the Pisgah National Forest, has been a subject of fascination and scientific study for generations. The lights have been reported since the early 20th century, prompting investigations by institutions like the Smithsonian and the U.S. Geological Survey. Despite many theories, the Brown Mountain Lights continue to mystify and inspire those who witness them. Mysterious lights have been appearing at Brown Mountain in North Carolina's Linville Gorge area for hundreds of years. According to Cherokee legend, around 1200 AD, a great battle was fought between the Cherokee and the Catawba Indians at Brown Mountain, and the mysterious lights are the Indian maidens still searching for their warrior spouses who died in the battle. This belief lends a hauntingly beautiful dimension to the phenomenon. The phenomenon became a national spectacle, so much so that the government got involved. In 1913, the United States Geological Survey, USGS, sent Agent D.B. Starrett to investigate the Brown Mountain Lights. Starrett concluded, somewhat dismissively, that people were just seeing train lights. However, when the tracks washed away 3 years later in a flood, and the sightings continued, that theory was pretty much flushed down the shitter. Over the years, many theories have been proposed to explain the lights. During the early 1900s, some thought the lights were UFOs, even earning a feature in the American pulp magazine, The Argosy. Various scientific theories have been explored, including the refraction of distant stars and temperature inversions, which were also quickly debunked because they failed to explain the sightings that occurred during bad weather. The current leading theory is ball lightning, a glowing glob of plasma gas that persists for seconds before dissipating. Despite attempts to recreate it in the lab, the phenomenon remains poorly misunderstood. The Charlotte Observer published one of the earliest stories about the lights in 1913. Modern investigations, prompted by U.S. congressmen, began with the USGS conducting extensive studies in 1913 and 1922. These surveys concluded the lights were attributed to locomotive, car lights, and campfires, which were all later proven to be 100% bullshit. Other theories like swamp gas and St. Elmo's fire were tested and failed. In 1977, scientists from Oak Ridge National Laboratory conducted an experiment that concluded most sightings were refractions of distant lights. However, this didn't account for the lights seen before electricity was installed in the area. Some explanations even ventured into folklore, describing the lights as fairies, will-o'-the-wisp, or ghostly lanterns carried by mischievous spirits, drawing travelers deeper into the wilderness. The lights have also been likened to foxfire, a phosphorescent mold on decaying wood. Other theories include reflections from moonshine stills and the Andes light, an electrical discharge seen in mountainous regions, although these don't fully account for the freaky-ass behavior of the lights. UFO theories emerged in the mid-20th century, suggesting intelligent control behind the lights' erratic movements, but no evidence supports this either. Well, that we know of anyway. The 1922 Geological Survey summarized that about 47% of the lights were automobile headlights, 33% were locomotive headlights, 10% were stationary lights, and 10% were brush fires. This report included 11 proposed explanations, such as will-o'-the-wisps, phosphorus, chemical reactions, and radiomotors. But none fully explained the phenomenon. Caton and his team consider ball lightning a plausible explanation, though it's not well understood. If nature has a way of making ball lightning in the Linville Gorge, it remains difficult to capture and study. Brown Mountain and the surrounding area has heavy deposits of granite, which means quartz is present. Quartz is a conductor of electricity, which could have something to do with ball lightning forming in the gorge. I don't know how it works, but that's my personal take on it. Many sightings are likely misidentified man-made lights or natural phenomena. For instance, people often mistake flashing cell phone tower lights, city lights, or airplane lights for the Brown Mountain lights. Paranormal investigator Joshua Warren likens the Linville Gorge area to a mini Bermuda Triangle, highlighting the area's history of odd experiences. He mentions the mysterious disappearance of the Lost Colony on the Carolina coast, suggesting a possible connection. Warren's research, including interviews and measurements, has been featured on the National Geographic Channel, and his team captured unexplained footage that was studied at the Princeton Optics Lab. Brown Mountain continues to fascinate with its unexplained lights. The forest, known for its rugged terrain and rich history, offers a natural lab for studying this phenomenon. Despite extensive scientific and public interest, the Brown Mountain lights remain a captivating mystery, blending folklore, scientific inquiry, and the allure of the unknown. North Carolina native Ed Phillips, director of the Burke County Tourism Authority, notes the lights are one of North Carolina's top legends and its most popular paranormal legend. The Brown Mountain lights have mystified, haunted, and inspired generations, becoming a symbol of the enduring mysteries of the natural world. Whether seen as supernatural or simply unexplained, the lights continue to spark curiosity. The Brown Mountain lights have captivated and mystified observers for centuries. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, these strange lights have sparked countless theories and legends. Our journey to uncover the truth begins at the most renowned viewing locations: Brown Mountain Overlook on Highway 181, and Wiseman's View, a more remote spot accessible via a gravel road. While Brown Mountain Overlook is convenient for many, Wiseman's View offers a unique and challenging vantage point. The earliest recorded sightings of the Brown Mountain lights date back to 1771. German engineer John William Gerard de Brom documented seeing the lights in his journal. He attributed them to nitrous vapors that, when mixed with the wind, would ignite and produce globes of light. This theory was later debunked. The first published mention of the Brown Mountain lights came in 1912 in an article by the Charlotte Observer. This announcement brought national attention to the phenomenon, transforming it from a local curiosity into a subject of widespread intrigue. Despite a massive flood in 1916 that halted all rail and electrical activity in the area, the lights continued to appear. This fucked up the prevailing theories that they were merely reflections from train or car lights, suggesting something far more mysterious at play. In 1982, Morganton resident Tommy Hunter claimed to have had a close encounter with one of the lights at the Highway 181 overlook. He recounted looking over the edge and seeing a hovering ball of light. Driven by curiosity, He reached out and touched it. I don't know if I'd have done that. Describing the sensation as akin to sticking his finger in a light socket. That'll learn you. Don't stick your fingers in the Brown Mountain lights. They don't like that shit. 6 other people were with Tommy that night, all corroborating his story. Such encounters, though rare, add a tangible, supernatural element to the legend of the Brown Mountain Lights. Reports like these have persisted for decades. The Morganton Fishing Club's 1913 sightings, recorded in a 1924 Charlotte Observer article, detail mysterious red lights seen above the Brown Mountain Ridge. These accounts contributed to the growing mystique of the lights, fueling public fascination and scholarly investigation alike. Scientists, including Dr. Dan Caton and Lee Hawkins from Appalachian State University, have been investigating the lights for over 2 decades. They installed cameras at 2 homes facing Brown Mountain, capturing images every night in hopes of correlating the lights with geomagnetic activity, meteorology, or other natural phenomena. However, sightings remain elusive. Despite this, a significant breakthrough occurred in July 2016 when their cameras captured unexplained lights over a span of 20 minutes, marking the first time dual detection was achieved on both fucking cameras simultaneously. Theories about the Brown Mountain Lights abound. Some early explanations pointed to natural phenomena, such as nitrous vapors and ball lightning, a rare atmospheric occurrence. Local legends, however, provide a more mystical perspective. Modern research efforts include stationary cameras aimed at capturing these elusive little fuckers. These infrared, low-light level cameras take sequences of images all night, from dusk till dawn. Good movie. In hopes of capturing the lights in action. However, sightings remain rare and often fleeting. Observers, including many local enthusiasts, gather at popular viewing spots like Wiseman's View, Brown Mountain Overlook, and Lost Cove Overlook on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Despite the elusive nature of the phenomenon, the gatherings themselves have become a social event, with dozens of cars and trucks lining up on Friday and Saturday nights. It's like a Brown Mountain Lights party. The atmosphere is festive, filled with anticipation and excitement as people eagerly wait for the lights to appear. Dr. Dan Caton and his research group, WCLEAR, which stands for Western Carolina Lights Experimental Advanced Researchers, formed in 2012 following a symposium hosted by the Burke County Tourism Development Authority. Their mission is to investigate the physics of the lights. Using stationary cameras in strategic locations, they collect data to better understand the phenomenon. Despite the challenges, Caton remains committed to the scientific inquiry. He encourages people to become familiar with the night sky, to distinguish between natural and man-made lights, and to keep an eye out for something truly unusual. The beauty and mystery of Brown Mountain continue to draw visitors and researchers alike. The area's rugged terrain and dense forests provide a perfect backdrop for the enigmatic lights. Despite extensive study and numerous eyewitness accounts, the Brown Mountain Lights remain a captivating mystery. While some sightings have been explained by natural or man-made sources, others defy easy explanation. In reviewing footage from their cameras, Dr. Caton and his team have captured a few anomalies that stand out. One such incident in July 2016 involved lights appearing and disappearing over a 20-minute period. This dual detection on both cameras was a significant development, providing a rare glimpse of the unexplained lights. Caton acknowledges that these findings are intriguing, yet they raise more questions than answers. Local stories and archival research reveal a rich tapestry of accounts, adding depth to the legend of the Brown Mountain Lights. From the tales of Fate Wiseman in 1858, who saw the lights while camping at Wiseman's View, to the wild experiences of modern-day observers, the lights have woven themselves into the cultural fabric of the region. Each new sighting, each unexplained light, adds another layer to the enduring mystery. As night falls over Brown Mountain, the anticipation builds among those who gather to watch the lights. The hope remains that one day, a definitive answer will illuminate the mystery of the Brown Mountain Lights. Until then, the phenomenon continues to inspire wonder, curiosity, and a sense of the unknown. The mystery of the Brown Mountain Lights endures, a testament to the beauty and complexity of our natural world. Whether a scientific puzzle or a glimpse into the supernatural, the lights challenge us to look deeper, to question, and to explore. Maybe one day, no, not maybe, at some point, we will uncover the truth behind this enduring mystery. I'm going to show you some really good video of the Brown Mountain Lights I found, along with some fucking kick-ass pictures. You already saw one of them on the thumbnail. Check this shit out. Alright, this is some video from Joshua Warren. I talked about him earlier. This is his first video of the Brown Mountain Lights. It's in November of 2000. Pretty wild stuff here. It's definitely more than one, looks like. And they're kind of going away from the camera. And this one was from a couple of years ago. They got real good close-ups of the lights. It's kind of freaky looking, I thought. Look at that. What the fuck is that? It's like a plasma ball or something. That's my background music. That's not this. Too cool.
So here you can see the Wiseman's View overlook. Down here is the Lenovo Gorge. Over here is Table Rock Mountain, where the lights appeared that I took photos of. So here is the ridge along the top of Table Rock. These photos were taken somewhere between 9 and 11 o'clock at night, so it was pretty much pitch black. So in order to get any kind of photos that dark, the photos had to be taken at 20 to 30 second exposure times. So that's why you're seeing a trail of light here. This trail of light indicates that over those 20 to 30 seconds, whatever this light was moving through the frame over that course of time. continue on. You can see whatever this light is was bright enough to light up the surrounding forest as it moved down through the mountain. I don't know what these lights are. I don't claim to know. A lot of people have their suspicions, either being ball lightning, some type of natural gas, aliens. Many theories are floating about what these are. But you can see here, kind of cycling between these two photos, on how the light moves from one area to another. You can see just this purple-blue glow coming from the lights and how it lights up the surrounding forest. And then it will continue and move all the way on up the mountain here, lighting up the forest as it goes. Here's another one showing the movement of this light that moves through the forest. This one I found particularly creepy, because if we zoom in here on the shape, it almost looks like some type of little phantasmal force, some little body of some kind. Almost looks like two of them. No idea what that is. Here's another series of lights floating up off the ground. You can kind of see the rock face of the mountain here, this outcropping of rocks, and all the lights are floating up above it somehow. Another one in the same location. You can see the lights moving up and down the mountain in various spots, multiple of them. Another one here. This one's very busy with activity, all sorts of lights of different shapes and sizes. Some sort of green shapes in the background. These will show up and form in some other pictures as well. Again, same location, but obviously different shapes and movement of the lights. Very strange. And here you'll start to see a recurring theme of some of these lights have sort of green trails behind them, kind of linking multiple lights together. This one, sort of on the other hand, is just a very bright white light. You can see it sort of lighting the forest around it here. As with this one, they still kind of have a purple and blue glow to them, but different than the others. This one is really unexplainable. You can see here the light over the course of time traveled up through the air and circled around, making strange shapes way up off the ground. Never seen anything like that before. Now we'll hop over to the top of Table Rock. This is where the kind of left side of it drops off on a cliff face, and right at the very top, a handful of photos of the lights seem to congregate right at the tip up here in multiple orbs of some kind. And then just as quick as they were there, they would disappear, and there wasn't much left but one small light behind. But then just as they were gone, they would come back. Same as before. Multiple balls of light sort of floating up above the rocks. Another look at them, you can see here again this sort of green trail linking multiple of the lights. And something coming out from below it here. I'm not sure what that is either. Same location, but now the lights are emitting a much different type of glow. It's pure green. There's no blue or purple, just green light, and again extending up from the ground, up through the sky. Again, same location, but much more spread out and smaller, and you can see it lighting up the entire area up at the top of this mountain here and lighting up the surrounding forest around it. And then this one here, great example of this green linkage I was talking about between multiple orbs. Not sure, some sort of energy being transferred between the two or what it could be. This one I found really interesting, kind of further to the right on the top of the mountain, but again, on a rock face you can see the multiple rocks here. One bright purple orb here, sort of lighting the entire forest below it. You can see how bright that was. Pretty amazing to see this. Got another one in the same location. Again, lighting up all the forest down below it here. You can zoom in on it. You can see kind of one big orb, a smaller one, some different shapes behind it here. And finally, this one here. Very creepy. Two small glowing orbs lighting up the side of the rock face. If you look really closely, you can almost see some type of figure standing there on the rock. You can kind of see the two legs, maybe a little head here. Really hard to tell what that is, but whatever these were lighting up, very creepy. Anyway, that's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a like.
So, what do you think? Are the Brown Mountain Lights real? Both Joshua Warren and Professor Dan Caton agree that the question is no longer if they exist. The more pressing question now is, what exactly are they? For now at least, the Brown Mountain Lights remain one of North Carolina's greatest mysteries, captivating both locals and visitors alike. Explanations for this phenomenon span a wide spectrum, from scientific theories to paranormal and extraterrestrial hypotheses. Scientists like Professor Caton have suggested natural causes, such as atmospheric gases or reflection of vehicle headlights, while others propose that the lights are a form of ball lightning. Paranormal enthusiasts, on the other hand, believe they could be ghostly apparitions or even spirits from ancient battles fought on the mountain. There are also those who speculate about extraterrestrial origins, linking the lights to UFO activity. Yet, without a definitive answer, the Brown Mountain Lights have earned their place in the category of ghost lights, unexplained illuminations that defy easy explanation, or any explanation really. These lights have been seen floating and darting across mountain landscape for centuries, creating an enduring sense of wonder and mystery. The experience of witnessing these lights is open to personal interpretation. Some see them as a natural wonder, a rare and beautiful quirk of the environment. Others view them through the lens of the supernatural, believing them to be a glimpse into a world beyond our own. And then there are those who ponder the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors, considering the UFO theories that have circulated for decades. The Brown Mountain Lights invite us to explore and speculate, to imagine and to wonder. Few places on Earth offer such a tantalizing mystery that combines elements of science, folklore, and the unknown. Are these lights a natural wonder, supernatural phenomena, or something else entirely? The answer remains elusive, making the Brown Mountain Lights one of the most fascinating enigmas of North Carolina. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to tap that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. That way you won't miss out on some more strange shit. I got some pretty kick-ass merch too. The link's in the description. Get you a Stay Creepy mug, a t-shirt, enema bag, or a sticker. Oh yeah, that's right. I said that. Until next time, y'all keep it real, keep it chill, and stay creepy! Catch you on the flip. Thank you for watching and listening until the very end. You kicked total ass.